Bottom of the second inning here at Blink Fitness Field in Liverpool, New York. It wasn't a 1-2-3 inning in the top half, but the Flames only put one runner on base. They did not get any hits, and now Mike Netzel up for his first time on the mound today. Starting lineup here for the Syracuse Spartans, leading off right now, Josh Loeffler batting second, Raisin Cohn, the shortstop, batting third, left fielder John Masagno, batting fourth, the right fielder Micah Riddick, batting fifth, first baseman Brandon Shirley, batting sixth is the second baseman Ramiel Rodriguez, batting seventh, the DH Nick Spinella, batting eighth, the catcher now Tim Lombardi, and batting ninth, the third baseman Michael Paciocco. First pitch here to Loeffler, fastball goes in and hits him on the back. Loeffler on base early in this inning. And now the Spartans quickly have a base runner here in the bottom of the first inning. And that brings Raisin Cohn up to bat for his first plate appearance of this ball game. Zincone out of Rhode Island College. Came there after playing 2 years at the University of Massachusetts at Boston. So far this season, hitting .290, played in 26 games so far. He's become their everyday. And he's batting from the right side against the righty Mike Netzel. And a short lead off of first base from Josh Loeffler. Double play depth here for the Flames infield. And Netzel working out of the stretch. The pitch. Fastball just catches the outside corner low in the zone. And the count's 0-1. Off of first base, Josh Loeffler is leading. He's 8 for 13 on stolen base attempts this season. Netzel takes a look back at first and throws a pickoff move over there. It's close, but he's back in there safely. Loeffler stays on first base, and he'll take another lead as it's a 0-1 count here at Raisin Cohn in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score. And the 0-1 pitch misses above the zone, about eye level with Raisin Cohn. The count's evened up at a ball and a strike. Zincone crowding the box a little bit. Short lead off of first for Josh Loeffler. 1-1. Breaking ball just catches the outside corner. Nice off speed there from Mike Netzel, and the count's 1-2. Another short lead from Loeffler. And Zincone facing a 1-2 count here. Still no score. Netzel dealing on the mound the pitch. Off-speed cut on and miss for strike three. Netzel hit him with the changeup, and Zincone goes down on strikes. One away here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Onondaga Flames. Left to right in the outfield, A.J. DiFilippo, Jack Cherno, and Colin Matthews. Corbin Paxton is playing first base, second baseman Reed Gibbs. Shortstop is Mike Ruggiero, third baseman Brian Hart. Behind the plate, catching balls and strikes for Mike Netzel is Joe Navenchi. John Masagno up now, the three-hitter. As another lead off of first base for Loeffler. He shows bunt but pulls back. It's a called strike. The throw down on the back pick attempt is no good. That goes into right field. It's going to get collected by Colin Matthews. Advancing to second on the wild throw is Josh Loeffler. And advancing on the E2 from Joe Navenchi is Josh Loeffler. So an error quickly here for the Flames in this first inning. And now a runner in scoring position for the Spartans with only one away. An 0-1 count here to Masagno as that pitch was a cold strike. Loeffler taking a small lead off of second base. Fastball ripped into right center field. That one is a diving catch by Colin Matthews out and right. The throw into second is not in time as the throw in got Mike Ruggiero off the bag, but stellar defensive effort from Colin Matthews in right field, making a diving grab, running in from right field to catch the ball in the gap. And now that's two-way here in the bottom of the first inning. Now that brings up Micah Riddick. Riddick heading into this contest, .214 batting average, player out of St. Bonaventure University. 24 games so far this season, about 80 some odd at-bats. First pitch to him, a fastball check swing, and misses out of the zone. And the whole midfield umpire actually rules that he went around. So the count's 0-1 here to Riddick with two away here in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score, but the Spartans have a runner in scoring position. Middle infield playing close in second base, guarding Loeffler. 0-1 breaking balls cut on and missed. Micah Riddick got called out in front of the changeup, and the count's 0-2. The Spartans were the team the Flames played the last time the the last team the Flames played, this happened back on Monday at OCC Stadium. In that game, Riddick was 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a fly out, and a pop-out. Netzel looks back. The 0-2 is cut on and misses in the dirt. No Navenchi fields and fires to first, and he's called out. 2 strikeouts here in the first inning for Mike Netzel. No hits, 1 man left on base in scoring position, and no runs. Heading into the top of the second inning, still no score here at Blink Fitness Field. A.J. DiFilippo set to lead off the top of the second inning here for the Onondaga Flames. The lefty going against the lefty Nate Saprosky. First pitch to him, a fastball called strike on the lower third, and the count's 0-1 to start this at-bat. DiFilippo heading into this contest just immaculate hitting his last 2 times out. Totals 6 for 6 as the 0-1 misses in the dirt, and the count's evened up at a ball and a strike. Last 2 games, 6 for 6, 7 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple. No Flame has been on a tear like that all season as the 1-1's ripped down the right field line just right at actually, that stays fair, and it goes into the corner. A.J. DiFilippo is going for 2. Fielding that one in right field is Micah Riddick, and the throw into second is not in time. A.J. DiFilippo was thinking 3, but he had to go back, and the throw-in almost got him, but that's the 3rd double in 3 games for A.J. DiFilippo, and the Flames have a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Number 8, Corbin Paxton.
Corbin Paxton up now with A.J. DiFilippo leading off of second base. Paxton heading into this one. The batting average just around 200. The lefty going up against the lefty Saprosky, taking a short lead off of second base, A.J. DiFilippo. Not known as a base runner, but he's 3 for 5 on the season. Brandon Shirley ready to crash at first. First pitch, breaking ball, misses below the knees, and the count's 1-0. Corner infield playing in here, anticipating a possible bunt from Paxton. He has not laid down too many this season. Another short lead from DiFilippo. 1-0's cut on and missed on the outside corner, and the count's knotted up at a ball and a strike. Paxton stepping back up into the box. Waiting on deck is Reed Gibbs, the second baseman. 1-1. Fastball ripped foul down the left side, out of play. That one a slicer that goes near the batting cage. And the count's 1-2. One-two count here to Corbin Paxton. Still no score. Flames have a runner on second base with nobody out. Saprosky looks back, and time is called at home plate. DiFilippo goes back to second base. Paxton, despite his low batting average, a good clutch hitter. Has around 10 RBIs so far this season, 9 to be exact. Gibbs still waiting in the on-deck circle. And the 1-2. Fastball cut on and miss for strike 3. Paxton goes down swinging. That's the second strikeout of the ball game for Saprosky. And with one away and a runner on second base, that brings up Reed Gibbs, who heads into this game hitting above 200. Starting to make an impact. Came in the last game as a pinch hitter and had a big at-bat. And now Gibbs, the righty, steps up against the lefty Saprosky. DeFilippo leading off of second base. Still no score here in the top of the second. Here at Bleak Fitness Field between these two teams. And the first pitch fastball misses low and away, and the count's 1-0. Gibbs, another player out of Occidental College, college teammates with Mike Netzel. A few of the many California players on this roster. 1-0 fastball just catches the outside corner, and the count's evened up at a ball and a strike. Gibbs crowding the plate a little bit here. DeFilippo short lead off of second. 1-1. Off-speed chop foul behind home plate over the head of the catcher Tim Lombardi, and the count's 1-2. Gibbs a chance to get an RBI here. He's got 4 on the season so far. One-two count here to Gibbs. And the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. That one goes about 58 feet. Lombardi able to keep it in front of him to protect DeFilippo from advancing. The count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck with his leg guards on is Joe Navenchi, another right-handed hitter. And Saprosky the 2-2. That one fouled back to the net behind home plate. And the count's still 2-2 here to Gibbs. Two-two count here to Gibbs. DeFilippo off of second base, the pitch. Off speed, sky high left side. Taking a few steps back in left field is John Bisagno, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Still a runner in scoring position here, but now 2 away in the inning. That brings up Joe Navenchi for his first at-bat of the ballgame. Navenchi, a recent graduate of Shenandoah High School in Clifton Park, New York. Set to start at Canisius in the fall. Hasn't had a lot of games so far, only 7. A 77 batting average in those appearances, only about 11 at-bats. He's got 2 RBIs on the season, though, so he does have a clutch factor that allows him to be successful when need be. And it's a righty-lefty matchup here with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. First pitch fastball ripped up the middle. That one's through for a base hit. A.J. DeFilippo rounds third. He's coming home. The throw in from center field is offline, and he's in there. Joe Navenchi trying to advance to 2 on the throw, and he's in there at second base. It's an RBI single and an advance for Joe Navenchi, and the Flames take an early 1-0 lead. Joe Navenchi gained the Flames on the board early, and he gets his 3rd RBI of the year, and that's certain to help his batting average. 1-0 Flames, and now Mike Ruggiero, the 9-hitter, a chance to get something else done here. He has the same spot, runner in scoring position and 2 away. Ruggiero, quite a jump back in his batting average this season. First pitch off speed, misses above the zone, about eye level, and the count's 1-0. Ruggiero hitting .222. A little over a week ago, he was barely hitting .130. Huge jump in his batting average. Very successful as of late. Has 7 RBIs on the season. And Saprosky steps off and looks Navenchi back to the bag, and he runs back quickly. Navenchi's on second base with 2 away. Flames now have a 1-0 lead after Navenchi got an RBI single. And Saprosky with a 1-0 count here on Mike Ruggiero. First pitch fastball, that one a 1-0 fastball. That one misses in the dirt. So 2 balls, no strikes here to Mike Ruggiero, who's known to be able to draw walks. He has 8 on the year. He's played in 20 games this season, mostly in relief. This here at bat number 55 on the season for Mike. 2-0. That fastball right over the middle, called strike, and the count moves to 2-1. Middle infield guarding Nevenchi closely on second base. Nevenchi has not attempted a stolen base so far this year. 2-0. Fastball chopped foul to the right side. And the count's now 2-1. Actually, excuse me, it's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Top of the second inning. Flames up 1-0. Ruggiero a chance to get something done here, and Saprosky trying to get out of the inning without allowing any more damage for the Spartans. The righty Ruggiero steps back into the batter's box, crowding the plate, and the 2-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Mike Ruggiero goes down on strikes for the 16th time this season, and Saprosky gets his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame. 1 run, 1 hit. No one left. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. At the end of an inning and a half of play, the Flames are out in front, 1-0. Flames put up a run in the top half of the second inning, and now heading into bottom 2, they have a 1-0 lead. Mike Netzel out for his second inning of work, getting ready to face off against Brandon Shirley, who's a left-handed hitter, going up against the righty Netzel. First pitch to him off speed, misses above the zone, and the count's 1-0. Shirley, known as Buzz among his teammates, attends Wells College, hitting .267, and the 1-0 fastball called strike around the knees. And the count's evened up at 1-1. Netzel has been Mr. Consistent on the mound for the Flames this season in each of his last 3 starts, giving up 1 run as that one on the 1-1 skied into left field. Running in to grab that one is the left fielder DiFilippo. He makes the catch running towards the foul line, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. That brings up Ramiel Rodriguez with 1 away. He heads into this ball game hitting .209 out of Johnson & Wales University. Going back to Netzel, every single of his last 3 starts, 1 earned run in 5 or 6 innings. He's been stellar after one of his first starts resulted in 4 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. First pitch Rodriguez, an off-speed, misses above the zone, and the count's 1-0. Last time I was at this ballpark, Rodriguez fouled one off my car. Let's hope my car's spared this time. 1-0 fastball, misses above the zone yet again, so the count's 2-0 this time. Regular depth here for the infield with 1 away as the Flames have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. 2-0. Fastball fouled back off the glove of Joe Nevenchi, and the count moves to 2-1. Time is called here as the catcher goes to grab the ball. Home plate umpire brings a new ball to Mike Netzel on the mound. Quit chatting, now they're back into their regular positions. And Netzel back at Occidental College. He's also a two-way player. He's been stellar in both capacities for the Flames this season. You can hardly tell which one he's better at. whether it be pitching or hitting. And the same is the case back at Occidental. He has an ERA under 2 in his 2 years there. As the 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball called strike. Counts now 2-2 to Rodriguez. And also Netzel, a consistent hitter, hitting above 300 in his 2 campaigns. And same holding true here, hitting .330 with an ERA around 3. As the 2-2 sky to the left side, Rodriguez watches that one sail foul right near the fence. That one going about 340 feet near that 350-foot left field fence. So the count's still 2-2 here to Rodriguez. Flames have a 1-0 lead. There's one away here in the bottom of the second. Netzel trying to retire him and get to the next batter. And Rodriguez trying to get something started as the Spartans are down early. 2-2. Fastball inside, brushes Rodriguez off the plate, and the count's now full at 3-2. Netzel working out of the windup here. Full count on Rodriguez. He deals the payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses above the zone for ball 4. Rodriguez watched that one sail, and now there's a runner on first base for the Syracuse Spartans with one away. That brings up Nick Spinella, the designated hitter. Last time these two teams faced off, Spinella was in the lineup.
The designated hitter from Lemoyne College, number 7, Nick Spinella.
My apologies, he was not in the lineup the last time these two teams played. And Spinella on the season, hitting .304. Quick mound meeting here with pitching coach Robert Anders. Mike Netzel trying to avoid a run scoring here for the Spartans. They're trying to tie up this ball game at the very minimum as they trail early in the bottom of the second inning. The Flames have a 1-0 lead. Quick mound meeting between Mike Netzel and his catcher, Joe Navenchi. And finally, Nick Spinella will get the chance to step into the batter's box. A left-handed hitter going against the righty Netzel. Flames infield moves to double play depth with one away and a runner on first base. Rodriguez a threat on first base. He's 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. Netzel now working out of the stretch with a runner on. Rodriguez with a moderate lead off the bag. First pitch fastball just catches the outside corner against Spinella, and the count's 0-1. Spinella attends Lemoyne College right around here, also a local native of Cicero, New York. Certainly not an inconvenience for him to play in the NYCBL, as the 0-1's a fastball in the dirt, and eventually able to keep it in front of him. And because he keeps it in front of him, Rodriguez does not advance. So now a 1-1 count here to Spinella. He steps back into the batter's box. A bigger lead off of first base for Rodriguez now. And Netzel, the 1-1. Another fastball in the dirt gets away from Navenchi. That one gets towards the dugout, and he has to go collect it. Running to his right, able to grab it with his bare hand. But Rodriguez moves up to second base, so now a runner in scoring position for the Spartans with one away here in the bottom of the second. Flames still have a 1-0 lead, but a base hit could tie this ball game up. No shift in the defense too much for the Flames here. Still close defense over at second. And the 2-1 misses high and away, so the count's now 3-1 here to Spinella. As Tim Lombardi, the catcher, waits on deck. (3-1). Fastball up and away again for ball 4. So Spinella's on first base. It's now runners on first and second here in the bottom of the second for the Spartans. Still only one away. Lombardi with a chance to make something happen here for Syracuse. Originally listed on the starting lineup as Colin Rios. Rios, a product of St. Anselm College. He was set to start, but at the last minute, Tim Lombardi was inserted into the lineup. And Lombardi caught the last game between these two teams. He also is a player out of Johnson and Wales. He has a chance here with 2 on, 1 away. And Netzel working against the right-handed batter, Tim Lombardi. And the first pitch fastball is a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Netzel doesn't like to surrender against hitters. He's not really a corner painter. He likes to attack them, knowing he has confidence in his pitches. Rodriguez off of second base. It's Spinella off of first. 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Eventually able to keep it in front of him, but the count's now 2-0. Well, the count's now 1-1, my apologies. And Lombardi has to be And Netzel on the mound has to be careful here. He does not want to walk the bases loaded. The infield returns to double play depth here for the Flames. A few steps back now by third base is Brian Hart. And that pitch is fouled right back off the catcher's glove of Joe Navenci and into the backstop. So the count's now 1-2 here to Lombardi, as the Spartans try to make something as they trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. They have runners on first and second with one out. Navenci sets back up behind the plate, shading a little bit inside. And Lombardi steps into the batter's box facing a 1-2 count as Michael Paciocco waits on deck for the Spartans. From the stretch, Netzel gets set. And he deals the 1-2. Breaking ball ripped down the right field line. That one out of play. Colin Matthews tried to chase that one down, but he had no chance. The count's still 1-2 here to Lombardi, who's trying to break this game back open for the Spartans. They're down 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. They have 2 runners on with only 1 away. Netzel working back out of the stretch. A righty-righty matchup, 1-2 count. Netzel looks back at second base. The pitch. Fastball misses just up and in. And the count's now knotted up at 2 apiece. Rodriguez leading off of second, off of first base Spinella. 2-2 count now to Lombardi. And Netzel working out of the stretch. He deals. 2-2 pitch is a fastball just missing outside. And counts now full at 3-2 to Tim Lombardi. This is the second full count that Netzel has worked into so far this inning. Last time he walked Ramiel Rodriguez. Ruggiero covering Rodriguez closely over on second base. Netzel getting set on the mound, 3-2. Fastball check swing, misses inside for ball 4. Field umpire agrees he did not go around, so Netzel has walked the bases loaded here with 1 away in the bottom of the second inning.
Third baseman from Rutgers-Camden University, number 23,
Michael Paciocco now up with the bases loaded and only 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Joe Navenci, for a quick composure visit, goes out to the mound. Paciocco not a position player for this Spartans team. Listed exclusively as a pitcher and exclusively a pitcher back at school at Rutgers University Camden. The only experience he has playing a position and batting comes back in high school. First pitch fastball, a called strike on the outside corner. Paciocco behind the count, 0-1. Corner infield in here for the Flames. Middle infielders shading a little bit in as well. Trying to make the force out at home. Rodriguez faking a steal of home here, trying to get Netzel to balk. And the 0-1's cut on and missed. That one an off speed up in the zone that Paciocco gave chase to. And the count's now 0-2. It's Rodriguez on third base. On second base, it's Nick Spinello. And on first base, it's Tim Lombardi. Netzel working out of the stretch here, trying to get the second out. And Paciocco trying to break it open. The pitch. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Paciocco goes down on strikes. It's the third strikeout victim of Mike Netzel. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's probably a sigh of relief for Netzel, who still has to deal with bases loaded and 2 away now. And now just 1 out can end things as Josh Loeffler comes up for his second plate appearance. First time up on the first pitch, he got plunked in the back and ended up getting stranded at second base after advancing on an E2. And the first pitch to him from Netzel is a breaking ball that he cuts on and misses. And it's 0-1 here to Loeffler. That one a breaking pitch that he pulled the string on, and Loeffler just leaned out in front. Loeffler trying to do something here for the Spartans. They trail 1-0. It's the bottom of the second inning. There's 2 away. And he's facing an 0-1 count here from Netzel. 0-1. Fastball chopped on the ground down the third base line. Backhanded and miffed by Brian Hart. 1 run scores for the Spartans. Hart throws it into Plome, and he got him. 1 run in for the Spartans on that play, but Brian Hart with stellar awareness able to gun the second runner, Spinella, down at home. So it's a tie ball game now after 2, and heading into the third, it'll be the top of the order leading off for the Flames. Jack Chernow, the left-handed hitter and the leadoff hitter for the Flames, set to start off the top of the third. And the first pitch to the lefty is a fastball called strike. He's behind the count 0-1, going up against the lefty Nate Saprosky out for his third inning of work. Spartans were able to get a run at the end of the bottom of the second, so now it's a tie 1-1 ball game. And the 0-1 pitch to Chernow is a dirt ball. That breaking pitch goes about 59 feet, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Chernow heading into this ballgame hitting .286 out of Columbia. One of the late arrivals, so not as many at-bats to his name. This at-bat number 96, that one chopped on the ground to second. Going to his left is Rodriguez. He flips it over to first easy for the first out. A little bit of a wild throw. Almost drew the first baseman Shirley off the bag, but he was able to keep a foot on and retire Chernow. So one away, that brings up Mike Netzel for his second at-bat. First time up, he grounded out to third, and Netzel, a very key two-way player for the Flames, hitting .330 entering this ballgame. Also the starting pitcher. It's very interesting. Mike Netzel has done this a few times. He's listed as the pitcher and the designated hitter as the righty sees the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, and he's behind the count 0-1. In the NYCBL, you can be the pitcher and the designated hitter, and when Netzel comes out of the game, he can still hit. And the 0-1 breaking ball, that one misses outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. The last time Netzel played, he came out in the 6th inning. He was up in the 7th inning, and he came up to bat. So even when he's done pitching, he can still hit. As the 1-1's chopped foul down the left field line, and the count moves to 1-2. And Netzel has been solid at the plate, on the mound and at the plate for the Flames. He's allowed a run so far today, but otherwise pretty stellar. 1-2 breaking ball misses in the dirt, so the count's now even at 2-2. Netzel's last time out, he tends to give up around 5 or 6 hits, but he's rarely given up more than 1 run. And the 2-2. That one missing below the knee, so the count's now full at 3-2 here to Mike Netzel. A full count with 1 away here in the top of the third. Still a 1-1 contest. And the payoff. Fastball ripped to the right side, running to get that one, the right fielder Riddick, but he can't get there. That ball's out of play. And the count's still 3-2 here to Netzel. Brian Hart, the third baseman, waiting patiently on deck. And Saprosky trying to get the second out of the top of the third inning. No one on base behind him. And Netzel trying to get something going here for the Flames. Working from the windup, Saprosky deals the 3-2. Fastball misses outside for ball 4, so Netzel walks here with 1 away. And the Flames have a base runner now for Brian Hart, who walked in his first plate appearance. And for Mike Netzel, he's an efficient hitter. That's walk number 28 for him on the season. Has by far the lead on the team. The next closest is at 19 walks. That would be Trace Peterson, and he's not playing today. Brian Hart coming up now. Tried to make that play back in the 3rd inning. He was able to prevent the second run from scoring on that final play, but 1 run did come around. Netzel goes, first pitch, a called strike. The throw down to second is not in time. Netzel in there with a stolen base. That's number 7 for him on the year, and the Flames now have a runner in scoring position with 1 away. And Brian Hart's one of the people you would want in a situation like this with a runner in scoring position. He's got 22 RBIs on the year. That's second on the team behind only A.J. DiFilippo. The righty Hart waiting for Saprosky, the 0-1. That one ripped down the right field line, but slicing out of play. And so Hart behind the count, 0-2. And Hart a chance to get something going here for the Flames. It's a tie ball game in the top of the 3rd inning, 1 away. Flames have a runner on second. And Hart crying the blade here, trying to get him home. 0-2 from Saprosky. Fastball misses about eye level, and the count's now 1-2. The Flames are in the middle of a 5-game winning streak, and they've just been dominant offensively in those games. The lowest run total coming in their last win against the Spartans at 7 runs. Every other game, 10, 11, 15. 1-2, the count chopped on the ground towards short. A diving catch on the throw over to first is in time. The throw over to third to get Netzel is not in time, as that one might have gotten in there ahead of Netzel, but it was bobbled at third base by Michael Pachioko. So it's a 6-3 putout here on Brian Hart. He goes down, but Mike Netzel now 90 feet away from scoring. And with 2 away, Colin Matthews coming up to bat. He is possibly the most consistent hitter on this Flames team with a batting average of .369. Very nice to have here late in the season. And the righty steps into the batter's box against the lefty Saprosky with a runner on third base and 2 away. Colin Matthews' first plate appearance, he struck out swinging. He was the first strikeout victim for Saprosky, who has 3. And the first pitch breaking ball called strike on the outside corner, and Matthews behind in the count, 0-1. And for Colin Matthews, very unlike him, it was his 18th strikeout of the season. He's a very good hitter. And the 0-1 fastball just misses outside, counts knotted up at 1-1. Should the inning continue, waiting on depth, the left-handed hitter, A.J. DiFilippo. And Saprosky working out of the stretch with a runner on third base, 1-1. Fastball in the dirt, protected from going to the backstop by Tim Lombardi. Counts now 2-1 here to Matthews. Matthews is known to be clutch as well. 15 RBIs for him on the season in 28 games played for the Kent State product. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and away. 3 balls and a strike here to Matthews. Saprosky in danger of walking a second runner on base would put 2 on for A.J. DiFilippo, who's been absolutely unable to get put out in these last couple of games. 3-1. Fastball cut on and missed. And now a full count here to Colin Matthews with 2 away. Matthews facing a full count here. Second time Saprosky has worked to 1 this inning. Last time he walked Mike Netzel. He's on third base. And the 3-2. Fastball up and away for ball 4. That gets behind Tim Lombardi, and coming around to score is Mike Netzel. It's a 2-1 lead here for the Flames now in the top of the third inning. And A.J. DiFilippo gets a chance to bat here with a runner on first. And so now the Flames have a 2-1 lead. And the last guy you'd want in the batter's box with a runner on base is A.J. DiFilippo. He's got 32 RBIs on the season, and in these last 3 games, including today, 7 for 7, 7 RBIs, 3 triples, and a double. And Colin Matthews, a speedster, over on first base. He's 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. And Saprosky throws over to first. Matthews able to get back in time. Matthews gets credited with an RBI on that play. It's now a 2-1 Flames lead. Saprosky trying to escape without allowing any more damage. First pitch to DiFilippo, a fastball called strike right over the middle, and the count's 0-1. First time up, DiFilippo got that 3rd double in these last 3 games. His total for doubles on the season is now up to 7. 0-1 fastball misses below the knees outside. And the count's evened up at 1-1. Saprosky laboring here this inning. DiFilippo, the 5th batter of this inning to face Saprosky. And Saprosky working from the stretch. A pickoff move again over to first base, not in time. Matthews again gets dirty, but is able to get back safe. 1-1 count here to DiFilippo. Flames have taken a 2-1 lead in the top of the 3rd inning. Saprosky trying to avoid any more damage, and DiFilippo trying to start something even more here for the Flames. 1-1. Breaking ball catches the lower third of the plate, and so DiFilippo behind in the count, 1-2. DiFilippo crowning the plate here, down 1-2 in the count. Matthews taking a short lead off of first. Another pickoff attempt by Saprosky. Almost gets away, but surely able to backhand it beside the bag, so the count's still 1-2. Matthews still on first base. Corbin Paxton, a left-handed hitter, waiting patiently on deck. Saprowski looking over to first base twice. The 1-2 ripped towards the middle. Running and catching it is Rodriguez. He throws over to first, and it's miffed over on the bag by Shirley. Advancing to third on the throw is Cullen Matthews. It's an E4 reach on base for A.J. DiFilippo. That's the first time he's reached base in 3 games where he was recorded an at-bat without getting credited with a hit, but he's on base. And he's still riding strong as runners are now on first and third with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Corbin Paxton a chance to really blow this one open. His first time up, he struck out swinging. The lefty Corbin Paxton steps into the box. He's got runners on first and third, 2 away, and a 2-1 lead. And Saprowski trying to avoid another run coming around for the Flames. He deals the first pitch. Fastball right over the middle, called strike, and Paxton quickly behind in the count, 0-1. The Flames have lived and died by the big inning all season, and they might be able to prove it here today. They had a run in the 2nd inning, and they have another run here, a chance for more. 0-1 pitch, misses in the dirt. Lombardi keeps it in front of him, and the count's evened up at a ball and a strike. Very typically for the Flames, they win games by having a couple of innings where they score 2, 3, 4 runs, or 1 inning where they'll score as many as 5 or 6. And as of late, they've just been really consistent. A few 2-run innings strained together have been enough for them. Fake steal from first base, and the 1-0 misses outside. And so now 2-1 here to Paxton. Cullen Matthews leading off of third base, and leading off of first base is A.J. DiFilippo. Reed Gibbs, a righty, waiting on deck. Saprowski trying to escape the jam. 2-1. Fastball inside. Corbin Paxton has to duck out of the way. And now a 3-1 count here with 2 away. Paxton, while struggling in the batting average category, has been decent about drawing walks. He has 8 on the year. 3-1, fastball misses inside for ball 4, so Saprowski has now walked the bases loaded. And now Reed Gibbs with a chance to do something big here this season. Only a few RBIs to his name. Hardly making a big impact. He has 4 heading into today, a .269 batting average. A chance to really blow up his numbers here as he has bases loaded, up by 1 in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 away. It's Cullen Matthews on third base, A.J. DiFilippo on second, and now Corbin Paxton on first. The righty Gibbs steps into the batter's box, and the lefty Saprowski is working from the stretch. First pitch, a breaking ball, a called strike on the outer third, and Gibbs behind in the count, 0-1. The Flames have gotten a lot better about leaving runners on base. That's been their detriment in a lot of their losses. So far, they've left 2 on through the first 2 innings. They'd hate to leave 3 here. And the 0-1 misses in the dirt on the breaking pitch. And Gibbs takes it for ball 1. The count's evened up at a ball and a strike. Jonah Venci, the catcher, waiting on deck. As Saprowski trying to get out of this jam here. Working out of the stretch with the bases loaded behind him, the 1-1. Fastball ripped to the right side, but out of play. Gibbs put a lot behind that one, and the count's 1-2. Gibbs, another player out of Occidental College, actually came into pitch a couple games ago. Had 1 scoreless inning. But he's trying to do something at the plate here. And the 1-2 breaking ball misses in the dirt. Lombardi again able to keep it in front of him and to mitigate any damage. The count's now 2-2, and Gibbs still alive in the batter's box. The Flames so far this inning don't have any hits, but they've brought around a run and the bases are loaded. 2-2. Breaking ball again, misses outside this time. And the count's full at 3-2, and Saprowski in danger of walking in the second run of this inning. Cullen Matthews off of third base, A.J. DiFilippo off of second, and Corbin Paxton leading off of first. Saprowski on the mound, trying to mitigate the damage. 3-2. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Gibbs was walking to first, and he's not happy with the call, but that retires the side. The Spartans avoid any further damage, and the Flames leave 3 runners on base. Heading into the bottom of the third, though, the Flames now lead 2-1.
Leading off the inning for the Spartans.
Raising Cone, the shortstop, leading off the bottom of the third inning, as the Spartans now trailing 2-1 against the Flames. First pitch from Mike Netzel is an off-speed foul back to the screen behind home plate. He's behind the count, 0-1. Netzel out for his third inning of work. So far, 1 hit allowed, 1 run earned. And Zincone trying to get something started here for the Flames as they're down by 1 now. Excuse me, Zincone trying to do something for the Spartans. As that pitch is skied to the right side in foul territory. Taking a step back is Corbin Paxton, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Easy first out here for the Flames in the field. Zincone goes down on 2 pitches. And John Basagno now trying to get something started. He flew out to right field his first time up in 2 pitches. Basagno heading into this contest with a batting average of .342 out of Eastern Connecticut State University. First pitch to him, a fastball misses up and in, and he's ahead in the count 1-0. Basagno has played in every game against the Flames so far this season. He's been relatively productive. And the first pitch, well, that's not the first pitch, but the breaking ball misses above the zone. And now Basagno heading the count 2, and now a real hitter's count here as he's trying to get something started with the Spartans down 1 run in the bottom of the third. 2-0. Sky to the right side. Corbin Paxton trying to dive in and make the catch in the air. He gets it on a bounce and tags John Basagno running down the line. So it's an easy second out here for the Flames, with both putouts coming courtesy of Corbin Paxton at first base, and that brings up Micah Riddick. Riddick, his first time up, struck out swinging. One of 3 strikeout victims for Mike Netzel. And the righty steps into the box with 2 away in the bottom of the third. And Netzel trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning for the Flames in the field. Working from the windup, first pitch, fastball cut on and missed. And Riddick behind in the count, 0-1. Riddick crowding the plate here, trying to keep the inning alive for the Spartans. And Netzel trying to avoid his pitch count running up. And the 0-1 misses above the zone, and the count's evened up at 1-1. Waiting on deck, Brandon Shirley. That one cut on and missed, and that's actually strike 3 now. I don't know what I was doing just now, but apparently John Basagno was not ruled out, and he just struck out on that pitch. My apologies for misleading all of you. I'm just out of my mood today. Now Micah Riddick steps up to bat. Basagno going down on strikes after that ball that Corbin Paxton caught down the first base line was ruled foul. And so now Michael Riddick finally gets a chance to bat after striking out the first time. Netzel deals a fastball called strike on the outside corner, actually misses outside. And so Riddick in the count at the plate 1-0. And Mike Netzel's strikeout count now up to 4. From the windup, Netzel the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. Count evened up at 1-1. Thankfully didn't have to make any adjustments in my scorebook, as that's exactly the count I had on Riddick when John Masagno, who was actually up, struck out. So it's a 1-1 count here, 2 away in the bottom of the third inning. Spartans trailing 2-1, and the pitch is cut on and missed. And so now the count 1-2 here to Riddick, and Netzel on the verge of striking out his 5th batter in 3 innings. On deck and waiting is Brandon Shirley. Spartans trying to avoid going down 1-2-3. 1-2. Fastball misses above the zone, about chin level for Michael Riddick. Count moves to 2-2. The Spartans have been struggling as of late. Not a strong record in this latter part of the season after dominating the division early on. And the 2-2 fastball misses above the zone yet again. So a full count here to Riddick. And now Netzel's going to need to throw a strike to avoid Riddick getting on base with 2 away. Rick steps back into the batter's box, crowning the plate yet again. 3-2. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 3. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Mike Netzel, and that retires the side. The Spartans go down 1-2-3, and heading into the 4th, the Flames still lead 2-1. Joe Navenchi up to bat to start the 4th inning for the Onondaga Flames, who lead 2-1 over the Syracuse Spartans. The righty goes up against the left-handed throwing Nate Saprosky out for his 4th inning of work. And Navenchi, his first time up, he singled, bringing in a run. That RBI was number 3 on the season for Navenchi, and he faces the first pitch from Saprosky, a fastball cut on and missed. And he's behind in the count 0-1 to start the 4th. Interesting note about Joe Navenchi is that he didn't actually play catcher in high school. He's being transitioned to play in college, and the 0-1 fastball missing way up and away gets behind the catcher Tim Lombardi and goes to the backstop. And so the count evens up at 1-1. Navenchi, through most of his early high school career, was a pitcher. He had Tommy John and now is making a position switch before he heads to Canisius. 1-1 is fouled back right to the screen but in front of me. And so the count's 1-2. Navenchi steps back into the batter's box as Mike Ruggiero waits on deck. Saprowski looking for strikeout number 5 of the ball game, and that one's ripped into right field. That one landing in front of the right fielder. Actually, no, it's caught in the air by Micah Riddick out there. It's one away. Stellar range there from Riddick.
Now batting for the Flames, the shortstop.
And now Mike Ruggiero up with one away in the inning. First time up, struck out looking. And he's the 9-hitter today. Up with one away in the top of the 4th. Flames nursing a 2-1 lead over the Spartans. And the first pitch to him, a fastball, called strike on the outside corner. And he's behind 0-1. Saprowski working a little bit quicker here now. Deals the 0-1. Fastball misses up and away. Count evens up. It's a ball and a strike here to Ruggiero. And Saprowski seeming to be in a little more of a groove now. A little more aggressive out there as the 1-1's in the dirt. Count now 2-1. Saprowski's development seems to be working quick on the mound, and when there's a runner on base, he slows it down to try to throw the base runners off guard. 1-1, fastball misses low and away. Well, 2-1, fastball misses low and away. It's now 3 balls and a strike to Mike Ruggiero. Ruggiero trying to earn the walk here, and Saprowski deals. Fastball skied to the right side, well out of play. Over to the adjacent softball field, and the count's full at 3-2. One away, top 4. Flames with a 2-1 lead. And Saprowski working from the left side from the windup, the pitch. That one fouled back right to the home team broadcasters. They're protected by the fence, and the count's still 3-2. The Flames trying to continue things going here as Ruggiero's been on a hot streak lately. Trying to keep that going here after starting 0 for 1. That one misses in the dirt for ball 4, so the 3-2 pitch misses low, and Ruggiero takes first base with one away in the top of the 4th inning. And now the top of the order due up, and Jack Cherno up to bat, 0 for 2 so far, a ground out and a fly out to his name. Cherno, the lefty, going in for the lefty-lefty matchup. And now on first base, it's Mike Ruggiero. He's a perfect 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts this season. And Saprowski working out of the stretch now, staring down first base. He deals the first pitch. Fastball low and away in the dirt. And the count's 1-0 to Cherno to start his at-bat. Saprowski trying to avoid any more damage. Flames have a base runner with one away, up by 1 already in the top of the 4th. 1-0. Chopped on the ground, fouled off of the foot of Jack Cherno. He's going to walk that one off. And the count moves to 1-1. As Rivera goes back to first base, there's some action in the bullpen for the Flames, though it might just be regularly scheduled bullpen action. Very well just could be a toss to pass time, as Netzel's pitch count hasn't gone up, and he's throwing lights out so far. And he waits on deck after Cherno should the inning continue, as the Spartans in double play depth with a runner on first and 1 away. Short lead off of first for Ruggiero. The 1-1. Off speed, misses up and in, and the count now 2-1. Blank Fitness Field is positioned very strangely, with the field facing towards the west, so the sun bearing right down on us, but also no lights at the field. 2-1. Breaking pitch, skied high to the right side. Running back on that one is Rodriguez. He's on the lip of the outfield grass, and he makes the catch in the air for the second out. So now 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Mike Netzel with a chance after starting this one 0 for 1. A ground out and a walk. He came around to score in the 3rd inning. But the reason all the games start at Blink Fitness Field so early in the night, usually 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. starts, is that there are no lights here, so if it gets too dark, games are postponed. First pitch to him misses outside, and a 1-0 count to start the at-bat to Netzel, who worked a full count and drew a walk in his last plate appearance. He's got Ruggiero on first base with 2 away. nursing a 2-1 lead, trying to expand it in the top of the fourth. 1-0 from Saprowski, another breaking ball, this one low and away, and the count now 2-0. If the sun goes down, and there's no incomplete games. There's no complete games after 5 innings here. 2-0 fastball catches the outside corner this time. Count now 2-1. If it's say the top of the 8th inning, Flames lead 2-1, and the sun goes down, then the game has to be continued at a later date. There's no rain delay rules. The game just has to be continued. That's why a lot of these games have to get done quickly, and they start early. A pickoff attempt over at first base is not in time. Ruggerio's still safe, as Netzel's in the batter's box from the right side, facing a 2-1 count. Working from the left side, from the stretch, Saprowski, another pickoff move. This one also not in time. And also my apologies if I am having a tough time seeing, because the sun, due to the position of the field, bearing right down in my eyes. A little bit of a challenge here. And the 2-1. Osby misses up and away, and now 3 balls and a strike to Netzel. Could possibly work his second walk of the ball game and put a runner in scoring position for the Flames with 2 away. Saprowski trying to mitigate the damage. The Spartans already trail by 1. 3-1. Fastball misses above the zone for ball 4. And Ruggerio was going, but it matters not, as there's now 2 in scoring position. Well, actually, 2 on base, 1 in scoring position for the Flames. And that brings up Brian Hart, who's 0 for 1 himself on the day. He walked in the first inning and grounded out to short back in the third. And a quick mound visit here. And Saprowski struggling here in this inning. He's had a couple of long ones back-to-back. In the third inning, 7 batters for the Flames came up to hit. Batter number 5 due to come up only for the Flames, but already 2 on base, 1 in scoring position. And so Saprowski trusted to finish this inning out, but he's in a tight spot. Brian Hart, again, a good hitter with runners in scoring position. 22 RBIs for the Franklin, Massachusetts native who attends Bryant University. Little infield still playing close to the second base bag here. Third baseman Pachioko playing about even with the third base bag. First pitch to Hart, cut on and missed on the fastball, and he's behind in the count, 0-1. It's Netzel leading off of first base, Ruggerio off of second. And Saprowski really trying to just keep the Spartans in this one. And the Flames trying to avoid leaving more runners on base. The breaking ball is caught on the ground to second base. A miffed attempt by Rodriguez, but he collects it and fires to first for the out. And the Flames are retired here, leaving 2 on base. And now the Flames on base total left is now up to 7 in just 4 innings of play, but they have a 2-1 lead heading into bottom 4. Buzz Shirley set to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. Flew out to left his first time up against Netzel. And the first pitch is a called strike on the fastball on the inside corner. Shirley behind in the count, 0-1. Shirley, a left-handed hitter against the righty Netzel. Netzel so far only 1 earned run on 1 hit. 0-1 skied into center field. Running in on that one is the center fielder Cherno. He makes a diving attempt, but it's no good. And rounding first is Shirley. He gets a single here. And now the Spartans, early in this inning, have a base runner. And so Ramiel Rodriguez up now with a runner on first base and nobody out in the inning. First time up, he walked, came around to score. So far, the only run for the Spartans today. Rodriguez stepping in from the right side now. Shirley taking a lead off of first base. A very short one, though, as Shirley is a perfect 12 for 12. He goes. The pitch is a swung on and miss for strike one. The throw down to second gets away from the shortstop, and that goes into center field. So it's a stolen base for Shirley, a perfect 13 for 13 now. And now a runner in scoring position for the Spartans with nobody out. And Rodriguez with an RBI opportunity here. Just a base hit could bring him home. 9 RBIs so far this season through 28 games played. The infield for the Flames was in double play. Depth still there, except Corbin Paxton, the first baseman, taking a few steps in now. About even with the bag, where he was covering the bag for Shirley when he was there. 0-1, breaking ball fouled right back, and that one in the direction of the parking lot, but doesn't make any damage with cars, so the count's now 1-1. Well, excuse me, the count's 0-2. 0-2 count here to Rodriguez. Trying to get something done here for the Spartans, trailing 1 in the bottom of the fourth. Big lead for Shirley. He takes off. The pitch is inside. The throw down to third base is not in time, and Shirley, stolen base number 14 of the ballgame, steals second and third consecutively. Counts 1-2 here to Rodriguez, and the run to tie the ballgame is only 90 feet away. Shirley took off very early on that one, got a big secondary, basically started running before Netzel even threw. And so now a 1-2 count here to Rodriguez. A fly ball could bring him home. 1-2 cut on and missed on the outside corner. And Rodriguez goes down on strikes. It's a 6th victim for Mike Netzel tonight. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's still a runner on third base, though, and just a fly ball could bring him home. And Nick Spinella up for his second plate appearance. He walked his first time up. One of 3 runners to reach base in the second inning as walk victims. So currently 0 for 0, no recorded at-bats, crowding the plate from the left side against the righty Mike Netzel, who deals the first pitch. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner, and Spinella behind in the count, 0-1. Third base playing in, everyone else in the infield playing about normal depth. Cut on and missed. And the count now 0-2. No real shift here from the infield, though Spinella is a left-handed hitter. Maybe a few more steps to the left for the second baseman, Reed Gibbs. But the shortstop, Mike Ruggiero, playing about normal depth. And no shift from the left side of the infield. 0-2. Fastball just misses a hair outside. Could have been the 7th K victim for Netzel, but instead the count's now 1-2. Tim Lombardi, the catcher, waits on deck. He's a right-handed hitter. Netzel a chance to keep the Spartans off the scoreboard here. 1-2. Breaking ball cut on and fouled right back to the screen. And the count's still 1-2 here to Spinella, fighting off. And now the 5th pitch of this at-bat coming up. Ground ball could bring a runner home, also a deep fly ball. Netzel from the stretch, 1-2. Fastball cut on and missed above the zone for strike 3. Netzel got him to chase, and now 7 strikeouts for Netzel. That ties the season high. So 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning for Tim Lombardi, who also walked his first time up.
Now batting for the Spartans.
The righty Lombardi is stepping in, and Netzel is throwing really hard stuff here today. Talking to some of the Spartans broadcasters in between innings, and the color commentator Jordan Capozzi seemed very impressed with the speed of Netzel's pitches, saying, quote, he's throwing absolute gas. And the righty Lombardi steps in. First pitch, a breaking ball low and away. And the count's 1-0 to start the bat to Lombardi. Now with 2 away, Netzel can focus on the batter. And any contact that's an out ends the inning. Infield returns to normal depth here. Still 90 feet away from scoring is Brandon Shirley. Netzel working in a tough spot here. 1-0. Fastball taken for strike 1 on the outside. And the count's evened up at 1-1. 1-1 count, 2 away. Flames with a 2-1 lead. Breaking ball on the 1-1 is a called strike on the outside corner, so Lombardi is down 1-2. And Netzel could very well retire all 3 outs in this inning on strikes. One, two away. Runner on third. Flames with a 2-1 lead. The pitch from Netzel. A fastball just misses outside. Netzel leans over. Really wanted that one. Instead, the count's evened up at 2-2. No shift from the defense here. Taking a lead off of third is Shirley. 2-2 count, 2 away. Flames with a run lead. The pitch. Cut on and miss for strike 3. That one above the zone got Lombardi to chase. And Netzel gets all 3 outs in the 4th inning via the strikeout. 4 innings done here at Blink Fitness Field. Flames still lead 2-1. Fifth inning underway here at Blake Fitness Field in Liverpool, New York. Flames ahead 2-1 over the Syracuse Spartans. It's the cleanup hitter Colin Matthews set to lead off, 0 for 1 so far. And he's getting set against Nate Saprosky, who's out for his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Matthews, a fastball misses outside. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Matthews has an RBI on the day. He drew a walk back in the 3rd inning on a wild pitch that brought in a run. 1-0 skied up, fouled back right behind home plate. And so the count evened up at 1-1. Colin Matthews, the leader on the team in batting average. Very consistent, also good at drawing walks. 1-1 breaking ball just misses above the zone. Maybe a hair inside as well. Count now 2-1. Matthews not crowding the plate too much, 2-1. Fastball misses low and away, and the count's now 3 balls and a strike to Matthews. A.J. DiFilippo, the biggest threat for the Flames, waits on deck. And the lefty Saprosky deals the 3-1. Fastball taken for ball 4. Field umpire says he did not go around, and so Matthews takes first base to lead off the inning for the Flames. And A.J. DiFilippo, the big threat for the Flames, coming up to bat now. He reached on an error his last time up, so he's 1 for 2. However, the stat still stands that in the last 3 games, A.J. DiFilippo has not been retired. He has reached base in every single plate appearance. And now he's up, working from the left side in the lefty-lefty matchup with a runner on first base and nobody out in the top of the 5th. A pickoff move over to first is not in time. Matthews able to get back in there standing. DiFilippo back in the second inning got a double. That was his 3rd in the last 3 games. Crying the plate a little bit, DiFilippo here. First pitch to him, a fastball misses inside. Brushes him off the plate just a hair, and the count's 1-0. Matthews 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts this season. Sabrowski looks over to first base again, now twice. The 1-0 is skied to the left side, but well out of play. And the count's now evened up at 1-1. That one got close to the parking lot, but spared any cars. DiFilippo was a late arrival with a few players from the College World Series, along with Jack Cherno and a couple players from Canisius. And DiFilippo has been one of the leading hitters on this team. He's not a very talkative guy, but he's a very silent leader. He carries the team in a lot of categories. And before the 1-1, another pickoff move over to first. Matthews again in there safely, but this time getting a little bit dirty. Corbin Paxton waiting on deck, another left-handed hitter. It's a 1-1 count here to DiFilippo as the Flames lead 2-1 in the top of the 5th. And DiFilippo has a runner on first base with no one out. Matthews goes. The pitch misses below the zone, and there's no throw over to second. So Matthews steals there standing on defensive indifference. So now runner in scoring position for the Flames with nobody out in the top of the 5th. And a base hit could bring another run in for the Flames and make it a 2-run lead. DiFilippo steps back in. 2-1 count here from Saprowski, the pitch. Fastball, another one in the dirt, gets behind Tim Lombardi, and advancing to third is Matthews. He rounds third, and he's thinking about home, but he puts on the brakes and goes back to the third base bag. Counts now 3-1 here to DiFilippo, who with a deep fly ball here could bring Colin Matthews in. Three-one count here to DiFilippo. Colin Matthews, a short lead off of third base. Infield playing entirely in. Middle infield with their toes on the grass. And both first and third playing full feet on the grass. 3-1 pitch. Apologize about that. We had some technical difficulties on the ground ball. A.J. DiFilippo reached first and a run came around to score. So it's a 3-1 Flames lead. And the pitch to Paxton is fouled off to the left side. And the count's now 1-1. Again, I apologize for that. The score on the screen still reads 3-1 as I was trying to resolve the technical difficulty literally mid-pitch. The technology cut out. But we're all back up and running here, and Paxton has a 1-1 count with a runner on first. He rips that one to the right side. That one's through for a base hit. DiFilippo thinks about rounding around second, but he just stays put. And it's a single here with still nobody out in the top of the 5th for the Flames. And now 2 on base. Flames with a 2-run lead, still nobody out. And now Reed Gibbs up to bat for the Flames.
Now batting
He's 0 for 2 so far, a flyout and a strikeout to his name.
second baseman Reed Gibbs.
Reed Gibbs talking with the third base coach and head coach Mike Cordero. As he comes up in a big spot again here for the Flames, could really blow this game open. 3-1 the Flames lead. A base hit could bring in another run, and an extra base hit could bring in 2. Gibbs, though, only 1 extra base hit recorded on the entire year so far. Chance for more here as now the pitching coach for the Spartans coming out to talk with Nate Saprosky. Unaware of any bullpen action, so don't know if this is it for Saprosky. As the base runners in Paxton and DiFilippo, as well as the hitter Reed Gibbs, talk with Cordero down the third baseline. This looks like simply a composure visit. It's not looking like Saprosky's coming out of the game. Basically just to calm him down. A lot of visits like this. Pitching coach Robert Anders from the Flames does the same thing. Basically just asks, "Hi, how you doing? Everything okay?" Ask you what you think you're doing wrong, and basically just get you back under control. And Saprosky is coming out of the ball game. He's done, and we'll tell you who comes in as his replacement when we come back. Michael Bubniak now on the mound for the Spartans. And Reed Gibbs showing bunt on the first pitch. He pulls back as that one misses. And the count's 1-0 here to start this at-bat with 2 on. And the Flames nursing a 3-1 lead, nobody out. Bubniak out of SUNY Clarkson. Rather, Clarkson University. He comes in, another left-hander against this Flames team. And Bubniak so far this year, 7 games, 4 of them starts. An ERA of 5.71. Gibbs again shows bunt, puts it down the third base line. Ready to get that is Bubniak. The throw over to first. Gets away from the first baseman, rather the man covering first base. And Ramiro Rodriguez actually goes off of Reed Gibbs and bounces into the infield. So not sure how that's going to be scored. We'll wait on that decision, but either way, the bases are loaded with nobody out, and that's going to get ruled a base hit for Reed Gibbs, and bases loaded here for the Flames with nobody out. They have a 2-run lead now, and Joe Navenci with a chance to really blow this game wide open. And Joe Navenci, the righty, steps up against the lefty Bubniak. Entire infield playing in now. First pitch to Navenci, fastball ripped to the right side. Running back on that one is Micah Riddick. He makes the catch. Tagging up from third is A.J. DiFilippo. The throw into home is in time. DiFilippo did not try to slide, but he gets gunned down. It's now first and third for the Flames, but now there's an out in the inning. Navenci gets called out. Actually, now there's 2 away in the inning. After the sac fly attempt doesn't go well as DiFilippo's gunned down at home. So now first and third, 2 away. And that brings up Mike Ruggiero. Ruggiero so far a strikeout and a walk to his name. A chance to extend the lead here. Flames lead 3-1 in the top of the 5th. 2 out. First pitch to him, a breaking ball, sky to the right side, out of play. That one going to the adjacent softball field. And the count is 0-1 here to start this at-bat to Ruggiero. Bubniak could get out of this inning without allowing any damage, as the fly ball for Joe Navenci was caught in right field, and A.J. DiFilippo was gunned down trying to tag home. But DiFilippo didn't even make an effort to slide. Not sure why he didn't try to, as if he slid, he probably could have been safe. But instead, in the lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1 pitch to Ruggiero is a called strike on the breaking ball, and the count's now 0-2. The Spartans have had some pitching troubles lately. Bubniak, typically a starter, has had to come in relief, as they are very short-handed. And the 0-2's cut on and missed on the outside corner on the breaking ball for strike 3. The Flames have a great chance to get something out of this inning, and they fail to capitalize. They still lead 3-1, though, through halfway in this ballgame. (9-1-2) set to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Spartans. They trail 3-1 against the Onondaga Flames, and the righty Pachioko going up against the righty Netzel. First pitch is a fastball missing low and away, getting behind Navenci, and the count's 1-0 to start this at-bat. Netzel out for his 5th inning of work. So far, 1 run on 2 hits. And Netzel generally has been lights out today. And the 1-0 fastball, a cold strike now right over the plate. And the count's evened up at 1-1. Netzel so far very consistent. And the interesting part is the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup, as the 1-1 is a breaking ball missing above the zone. And the count now 2-1 to Pachioko. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters back in the second inning, they came up for the first time. As the 2-1 fastball's cut on and missed on the outside corner, and Pachioko behind 2-2. And they came up the first time, and each one of them walked back to back to back. And when they came up again in the fourth inning, they all struck out back to back to back. 2-2 fastball ripped foul right behind home plate to the screen. And the count's still 2-2 here to Pachioko. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And Mike Netzel really, once he gets in a groove, he's on a tear. He's got 8 strikeouts already in this ballgame. That already breaks his season high. He's working out of the windup now with nobody on and nobody out in the bottom of the fifth inning, nursing a 3-1 lead for the Flames. And the righty-righty matchup, he gets set and deals the 2-2. Breaking ball misses above the zone, and now a full count to Pachioko. Josh Loeffler, the top of the order, waiting on deck. And now Netzel deals the 3-2. Fastball cut on and missed, strike 3. 9th strikeout victim for Netzel today, and the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning. And now that brings up Josh Loeffler, who's 1 for 1 today, hit by pitch back in the first, and a single back in the second. Loeffler, another right-handed hitter for the Spartans.
Center fielder Josh Loeffler.
Loeffler, another consistent hitter as well. Among the team leaders in batting average. As the first pitch fastball misses up and away. And the count's 1-0. He's hitting .273 now. He was out a bit higher earlier in the season, but he's had to labor for this ball club, and it's taken a toll. And that one misses above the zone yet again. So the count's 2-0 here to Loeffler. 2-0. Fastball catches the outside corner on the lower part of the plate, and the count's 2-1. Netzel trying to get another painless inning for the Flames. 2-1, breaking ball cut on and missed. That one broke out of the zone. The stellar breaking stuff from Netzel got Loeffler to chase that one way outside. Count now 2-2. And Netzel could be on the verge of strikeout number 10 here. 2-2 to Loeffler. Fastball just misses outside. That one a little more clear cut than the last pitch. And the count's now full at 3-2. So far today, 9 strikeouts for Mike Netzel, 3 walks. 3-2 pitch here is skied foul to the right side. That one going into the adjacent softball field, and the count's still 3-2 to Loeffler's 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. But Netzel, other than those 3 back-to-back walks, he hasn't walked a single batter. 3-2. Fastball, this one clearly outside, ball 4. And so Loeffler is on first with 1 away. Loeffler, the only batter for the Spartans not to get retired yet, and that brings up Ray Zincone, who's 0 for 2. A swinging strikeout in the first and a pop out to first back in the third inning. It's another righty-righty matchup as Loeffler, who takes a lead off of first base and is 8 for 13 on the year. Netzel working out of the stretch now with a runner on. First pitch fastball is a called strike on the outside corner, and Zincone behind 0-1. Infield and double play depth here for the Flames. Outfield playing a few steps in. Loeffler taking a bigger lead off of first this time. A pickoff move catches Loeffler in a pickle, and the throw over to second base leads to a tag out by Reed Gibbs. Loeffler is picked off and caught in a pickle. So now 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth. Zincone now with 2 away, facing an 0-1 count. The Flames have gotten a lot better at picking off these runners. Loeffler misread Mike Netzel as thinking he was going to the plate. 0-1. Fastball misses above the zone about chin level, and the count's evened up at 1-1. Winding up and dealing. Netzel, the 1-1, skied back foul behind home plate. So count now 1-2. Spartans, one of the few teams in this league to use ball boys. And getting set now. Facing a 1-2 count is Zincone. Netzel looking for strikeout number 10, the pitch. Breaking ball, cut on and fouled right back off the glove of Navenci and escaping behind the plate. Count still 1-2 here to Zincone, as he's trying to keep the inning alive for the Spartans as they trail by 2, 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2, 2 out, no runners on, and the pitch. Caught on and missed, strike 3. That one chased above the zone. 10th strikeout of the ball game for Mike Netzel. And heading into the 6th inning of play, the Flames still lead this one 3-1. Top of the order, starting the top of the 6th here at Blank Fitness Field. Flames leading 3-1 over the Syracuse Spartans. Thanks to Mike Netzel's stellar performance on the mound so far. 1 run on 2 hits, 10 strikeouts against the Spartans hitters. And Jack Cherno, the lefty, set to lead off against the lefty Bubniak, who came in last inning to replace Nate Saprowski. First pitch to him, a fastball, a called strike on the outside corner, and he's behind in the count, 0-1. 4th plate appearance now for Jack Cherno. A fly out, a pop out, and a ground out to his name. 0-1. Breaking ball chopped on the ground over to second, fielded on an easy hop by Rodriguez, who flips over to first in time for the quick first out here in the top of the 6th. And with 1 away, that brings up Mike Netzel, who's been the star today. A pair of walks at the plate. He's scored 1 of the 3 runs for the Flames. He's also grounded out to third base. But his real performance has been on the mound, as I was mentioning at the start of this inning. Netzel, 1 earned run on 2 hits through 5 innings of work. First pitch to him, a fastball, called strike on the outside corner, and he's behind in the count, 0-1. And Netzel can continue hitting once he's off the mound. His pitch count hasn't been run up that high, so he's probably good for another inning or 2. That one chopped on the ground over to second. Another easy hop for Rodriguez, who flips it over to first in time for out number 2. So the first 2 hitters for the Flames go down on 2 pitches, each on a ground ball over to second base. And now Brian Hart comes up with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. This time a right-handed hitter. He's walked in his first plate appearance. Since then, a pair of groundouts, 1 to second and 1 to short. And Bubniak, with 2 away, sets up and deals the first pitch fastball, missing above the zone and outside. Count 1-0 here to Hart. Bubniak came in stellar relief last inning after a run scored. And the 1-0 misses low and outside this time. Count now 2-0. After a run scored and the bases were loaded for the Flames, he was brought in, got a fly out, which resulted in a double play after the right fielder Riddick gunned DiFilippo down at home. The 2-0 catches the strike zone on a breaking ball that catches the lower third. Count now 2-1. 2-1. Another breaking ball, a check swing, but it's a called strike regardless. And the count now evened up at 2-2 to Ryan Hart. Colin Matthews, a right-handed hitter, waiting on deck. And Hart calls time real quick. When Bubniak came in, he solicited the double play on the fly-out throw-out. And then he struck out the next batter in Mike Rogerio to end the inning. 2-2, fastball misses above the zone to Brian Hart. And now a full count here with 2 away in the top of the 6th inning as the Spartans are in the field trying to make quick work of the Flames as they trail 3-1. 3-2 fastball. That one a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Hart didn't like the call, but he's retired on strike. Second strikeout victim for Michael Bubniak. And heading into bottom 6, the Flames still lead 3-1. Flames still lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, but Mike Netzel's day is done for the Flames. He leaves with a final line score of 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run on 2 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts, a season high. Coming in for him is a right-handed pitcher, Josh Rosario, whose first pitch to John Masagno is skied to the left side in the outfield. Taking a few steps to his left is A.J. DiFilippo, and he makes the catch on a nice little jog. And the first out in the inning comes on the first pitch here for Rosario, a sophomore out of Dutchess Community College. He literally arrived with the team this morning, and he gets set to face Micah Riddick, who's struck out twice so far to start this ball game. Righty-righty matchup coming up with Riddick and Rosario. Rosario, a native of Poughkeepsie, New York, only about an hour and a half north of New York City. First pitch to Riddick is low and away, goes to the backstop. That one a breaking ball, and the count's 1-0. Rosario, not an imposing presence, about 6 feet tall, but very skinny out there on the mound. And he deals 1-0. Chopped foul off the foot of Micah Riddick. And apparently the first pitch was a called strike, and the count's now 0-2. No defensive substitutions so far here for the Flames, but there are players on the bench who have been told to start swinging bats. And Riddick steps into the batter's box. It is a 1-1 count. And the 1-1 fastball is a called strike on the inside corner, and the count moves to 1-2. There seemed to have been a signal from the Spartans broadcast booth saying I was wrong, and the count was 1-1. That one skied to the right side, but out of play. And my apologies. The reason it was because there was a signal saying that the count was 0-2 as opposed to 1-1, though I had thought that pitch was a ball. But then it turned out the home plate umpire signaled a 1-1 count, and now it's 1-2 here to Riddick. And Rosario working out of the windup here. And he steps off real quick. Riddick 0 for 2 today, still looking for his first hit and looking to keep the inning alive for the Spartans. There's one away, but they still trail 3-1. 1-2 cut on and miss for strike 3. Josh Rosario gets his first strikeout of the season as an Onondaga Flame. And now 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. And that brings up Brandon Shirley, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Shirley reached first base on a single to start the 4th inning, stole second and third base back-to-back, and ended up getting stranded at third as the 6, 7, and 8 hitters all went down back-to-back-to-back on strikeouts. First pitch to Shirley, a fastball up and away, and the count's 1-0. Rosario making quick work here of the Spartans this inning, and the 1-0 fastball misses in the same spot, up and away, count now 2-0. A little bit slower showing here from Rosario this time out. He's working quickly on the mound, but he was, before this at-bat, making quick work of the Spartans here in the bottom of the 6th. Infield in normal depth. 2-0 breaking ball. Catches the lower third just above the knees. And the count's 2-1. So far for Shirley, a single and a flyout. And Rosario trying to get the third out of the 6th here. 2-1 fastball misses up and away yet again. Every single fastball in this at-bat has missed in the exact same spot, and there's now 3 balls and a strike. Rosario deals the 3-1. Another fastball, this one missing low and inside for ball 4. And so Shirley's on first base with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up Ramiel Rodriguez, who so far is 0 for 1, struck out in his last plate appearance against Mike Netzel, and the first time around walked.
Now batting for the Spartans, the second baseman, Ramiro Rodriguez.
Last time Rodriguez was at bat in a ball game before this, when I was here calling the game, he had a foul ball off my car. So far, no foul balls have reached the parking lot today. Hopefully that trend continues. Shirley with a short lead off of first. First pitch ripped right up the middle. Running back on that one is Cherno, taking a few steps to his left and makes the catch to retire the side. Quick work in this inning for Josh Rosario. Escapes his first inning of work without too much damage. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. After 6 innings of play, the Flames still lead 3-1. top of the 7th, ready to get started here at Blank Fitness Field. Flames leading 3-1. And the first pitch from Bubniak to Colin Matthews is a called strike on the outside corner, and he's behind in the count 0-1. Bubniak out for his third inning of work, and Colin Matthews up for his fourth plate appearance, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a pair of walks. 0-1 fastball, this one above the zone, just a little bit above the letters, and the count's even at 1-1. And even though Mike Netzel is done pitching, as the 1-1 breaking ball is chopped right back up the middle and through for a base hit, so Colin Matthews with a base hit to lead off the top of the 7th for the Flames, and they have a base runner with nobody out. Mike Netzel can still hit, and as of right now, he's still expected to. A couple of Flames bench players have been told to start swinging bats, but we do not know who they may be coming in for. And so now A.J. DiFilippo gets a chance with nobody out and a man on first base in Colin Matthews, who has a stolen base already today. That stolen base marking number 6 for him on the year. The lefty Bubniak looks over to first. First pitch to DiFilippo is a fastball that gets away from Tim Lombardi behind the plate. Matthews advances to second, and he's going for third. The throw into third base is not in time. And that one on the wild pitch results in a 2-base advantage for Colin Matthews, and now DiFilippo with a runner 90 feet away from scoring here with nobody out in the top of the 7th. This could be huge for DiFilippo. The Flames only lead by 2 here, and he could extend the lead with just a base knock or a deep fly ball. A ground ball could also do it, as with the runner on third, the entire Spartans infield is now playing very close to the infield grass. Middle infielders with their toes on the grass, and the corner infielder is getting set in the exact same spots. DiFilippo setting up from the left side yet again. It's a 1-0 count here as that pitch missed outside. And that one's ripped into right field and deep. Running back on that one is Riddick, and he watches that one hit off the wall. DiFilippo goes around to second base. It's an RBI double here for DiFilippo, and it's the 8th RBI in 3 games for DiFilippo, and it's now a 4-1 Flames lead. A.J. DiFilippo is playing like a madman as of late. Now 7 for 8 with 4 doubles and 8 RBIs and a triple in his last 3 times out. I don't think I have seen a stretch like that from any player in this league all season. And for some reason, Coach Mike Cordero is out talking to the field umpire. Not sure what the discussion topic was. But either way, on second base now, it's A.J. DiFilippo and Corbin Paxton due up to bat. Paxton stepping up from the left side of the batter's box. Paxton so far 1 for 2, a single, a strikeout, and a walk to his name. And DiFilippo with a very short lead off of second base. First pitch to Paxton is chopped on the ground to the right side, fielded by the first base bag by Brandon Shirley. He takes it himself for the first out, and meanwhile, A.J. DiFilippo advances to third. So a quick out here once the double gets passed for the Spartans. There's now 1 away, but now DiFilippo 90 feet from scoring. And now Reed Gibbs comes up for the Onondaga Flames. He's working from the right side against the lefty Bubniak. A short lead from DiFilippo on third base as Gibbs comes in 1 for 2, a single, a fly out, and a strikeout. Make that 1 for 3. Infield playing in again. First pitch, a breaking ball, misses up and away, count 1-0. Jonah Vinci waiting on deck for the Flames, as they now have a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 7th. There's 1 away and a runner on third base. Reed Gibbs a chance for his 5th RBI on the season right here with just a base hit or a deep fly ball. And he shows bunt, lays it down the first base line. That one rolls just foul after getting about halfway down to first. You don't have any of those bad hops over at OCC Stadium where it's all turf, but here you get some bad hops down the line. And so that one out of play. Count now 1-1. So DiFilippo still on third base, and the count now 1-1 here to Gibbs. And Bubniak trying to avoid any more damage here as the Spartans are already trailing by 3. Gibbs crowding the plate a little bit here, the 1-1. He shows bunt yet again, puts it in the same spot down the first base line. Fielded by Brandon Shirley, backhands it over to first in time for the out. And meanwhile, A.J. DiFilippo scores from third base. It's a successful suicide squeeze here for the Flames. And just like that, it's now a 5-1 ball game.
Now batting for the Flames, the catcher, Joe Navenchi.
So the Flames now lead 5-1 after the 3-4 putout. And now Joe Navenchi due up for the Onondaga Flames. He comes up with 2 away, and now nobody on base after the successful bunt brought in a run. First pitch to the righty Navenchi is a fastball, misses outside, and the count's 1-0. Navenchi so far 1 for 3, a pair of flyouts to right field, and an RBI single back in the second. 1-0 misses, actually catches the outside corner this time. Late call from the home plate umpire, and the count's now even at 1-1. Bubniak trying to get out of the inning, the 1-1. This one at off speed gets Navenchi to swing and miss. So now 1-2 here to Navenchi. And Bubniak on the verge of getting out of this without any more damage. He's already allowed 2 runs here. And the 1-2 fastball misses low and away. And so Navenchi's still up there with a 2-2 count. Waiting on deck, Mike Ruggiero, a right-handed hitter. Infield in normal depth now for the Spartans with 2 away and no one on. The pitch. Fastball misses outside. It counts now full at 3-2 to Navenchi, who could walk for the first time today. And for him, that would be walk number 4 on the season. Pitch to him is cut on and missed for strike 3. Navenchi gets put down on strikes, and that retires the side. Flames don't go down without a fight, though. They put up 2 more runs. And heading into the bottom of the 7th, they now lead 5-1 over the Spartans. Nick Spinella set to start this one off for the Spartans in the bottom of the 7th inning after the Flames put up 2 in the top half and now lead 5-1. It's Jimmy Flahive now on the mound for the Onondaga Flames. He's a left-handed pitcher, the first one of the type today. The first pitch to Spinella is a called strike on the outside corner. He's behind in the count, 0-1. Jimmy Flaherty for a long time was absolute shut down. He did give up a run in one of his outings a few games ago, as the 0-1 breaking ball is a called strike on the outside corner. Spinella now behind 0-2. And Flaherty's ERA, though, still impeccable at 1.52 in 15 games, a total of 23 2/3 innings pitched heading into today. 0-2 pitch ripped on the ground, actually right in the air on the fly towards short, where it's fielded by Mike Ruggiero for the first out of the inning. That one was low to the ground, but Ruggiero actually picked it out of the air. So an L6 to start off the 7th inning for the Spartans. And Lombardi coming up with one away. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout swinging back in the 4th, and a walk back in the 2nd inning. And the lefty-righty matchup getting set here. And the first pitch to him, a fastball brushes him off the plate a bit, and the count's 1-0. And Jimmy Flaherty, one of the latest additions to this team, he came in actually in late May. The team gathered on the 31st. He joined the team on the preseason roster as that one misses inside. Count now 2-0 to Lombardi. And Flaherty officially joined the roster before the season on the 28th. And then 3 days later, he was with the team at Bryant Stratton, has been possibly one of the best relievers this team has had all year round. 2-0. Fastball catches the inside corner this time, and now Lombardi facing 2-1 here from Flaherty. Lombardi steps back up into the right-handed batter's box. Nobody on, one away. 2-1. Fastball misses inside again, so 3 balls and a strike to Lombardi. As Flaherty in danger of giving Lombardi a free pass here. He's walked 17 so far this season, has struck out more, though, with 26 Ks on the season. And the 3-1. Fastball misses just above the zone. That one looked like it had some late break and maybe caught the upper quarter. But instead, Lombardi takes first base on the walk. The Spartans have a runner on first with one away in the bottom of the 7th. And now Michael Paciocco with a chance here. He's struck out in both plate appearances so far. Struck out looking back in the 2nd and struck out swinging back in the 5th. And actually, Nolan Watson being brought on as a pinch hitter here for the Spartans. Watson, a catcher for this ball club, will likely either be a straight replacement or someone else will come in. And the first pitch to Watson, a fastball called, strike on the outside corner, and he's behind in the count, 0-1. So Michael Paciocco's day is done. Watson comes in. And Watson heading into this contest, hitting a stellar .321 on the season. Fastball ripped to the right side, well out of play, and the count now moves to 0-2 on Nolan Watson. Watson played in the last matchup between these two teams, albeit in a much diminished role from his role today. And so 0-2 count here to Watson. Flaherty, as always, working out of the stretch, a side armor, and a pickoff move over to first base. Catches a pickle here for number 8, Lombardi, and he's gone down again. The second time that's happened to the Spartans today, and now there's 2 away with an 0-2 count on Nolan Watson. Base running mistakes coming left and right here for the Spartans. Just a lot of mental errors piling up as they're down by 4, 5-1 the score in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Watson stepping in the right-hander's batter's box, the 0-2. Fastball just misses below the knees, so the count's now 1-2. But Watson very close to ending this inning here for the Spartans. And the sun setting a little more in left center field. Still bright out, no real trouble of the game ending soon. And the 1-2 is ripped into center field. Running back on that one, the center fielder Cherno, and he makes the catch over his left shoulder to retire this side. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. Heading into the 8th inning, Flames still lead 5-1. 9-1-2 set to lead off the 8th inning for the Onondaga Flames as they lead 5-1, facing a new pitcher here. And the first pitch to Mike Ruggiero is a fastball called strike on the outside corner. He's behind 0-1. A couple of changes in the field for the Syracuse Spartans. David Redfield, normally a pitcher playing third base, and the 0-1 pitch is grounded over to short on a bad hop for the shortstop Zincone, and he can't corral it. And reaching on an error to start the top of the 8th is Mike Ruggiero. And so he's on first base with no one away against David Marcel. He's the new pitcher for the Spartans. He making his first appearance. He is one of 2 late arrivals here for the Spartans, replacing a severely wounded Syracuse Spartans pitching staff. He's out of LaSalle College, a native of Baldwinsville, New York. And the second batter that the righty Marcel will face is left-handed hitter Jack Cherno, crowding the plate from the left side. Third base playing in here. First pitch to Cherno is a breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 1. That one in the dirt, but Cherno chased a long way to try to get that one. Count 0-1 as Cherno's 0 for 4 to start this ball game. A pair of groundouts, a fly ball, and a pop out coming back in the 4th inning right to second base. 0 to Cherno. This one another changeup, and that one misses outside, so the count's evened up at 1-1. The Flames leading 5-1 over the Spartans here in the top of the 8th inning. They have a runner on first in Mike Ruggiero. With nobody out, 1-1 count here to Cherno, left-handed hitter. A pinch hitter, Mike Stefan, waits on deck. 1-1 ripped into right center field. That one is deep into the gap, making a running grab is nobody as both Riddick and Loeffler can't get to it. That one goes to the wall. Rounding first and hanging into second is Jack Cherno. It's a no-out double here for Cherno in the 8th inning. Now runners on second and third with nobody out to start the 8th. And Cherno with his first hit in the ball game to make it a killer situation for the Flames. And Mike Stefan coming up now for the Onondaga Flames, replacing Mike Netzel, who finishes the day with a pair of walks and a pair of groundouts, 0 for 2. After he also had a stellar day on the mound. And Stefan, the switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Marcel. He has 2 runners in scoring position, infield playing in. First pitch, a breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner. And quickly, Stefan behind in the count, 0-1. Stefan heading into this one, a batting average of .213. 0-1 fastball, misses in the dirt. And the count now evened up at a ball and a strike. That batting average doesn't tell the whole story with Stefan, though. His batting average most of the year, similar to Ruggiero, toiling around the 120-130 mark, but lately, some killer offensive performances have got him more playing time and have brought up his batting average. The 1-1 breaking ball misses above the zone, and the count now 2-1 here to Stefan. Marcel out of LaSalle College. Not an opposing figure, the righty. He deals the 2-1. Fastball chopped on the ground to the right side, out of play over near the Flames dugout down the first baseline. And the count now 2-2. Stefan's a switch hitter, and I have not seen another switch hitter in the entire league so far this season. He very well may be the only one, if not one of only 2 or 3. There are only 2 teams that the Flames have played that I did not personally see, those being the Genesee Rapids, and the other one will have to wait as that one's ripped down the right field line, and that one stays fair. 1 run comes around to score, and Ruggiero coming around now is Jack Cherno, and going into second with a 2-run double is Mike Stefan. It's another double back-to-back here for the Flames, and they now lead 7-1. Stefan, another player going on a tear as of late, gives the Flames now a 6-run lead in the top of the 8th. And now with a 7-1 lead, another runner in scoring position. That brings up Brian Hart Dewup, and he is up to bat now for the Flames. The right-handed hitter so far is 0 for 3 on the day. A pair of groundouts, a strikeout, and a walk coming all the way back in the first. First pitch to him, a breaking ball skied high, back out of play. That one close to the parking lot. In the direction of my car. It hits my car on a bounce. So we can say 2 out of 3 times that the Flames have played here at Blink Fitness Field, my car in some way has been hit with a foul ball. I know that's a reach, but it's happened. 0-1 pitch. It has to wait as that's a pickoff attempt, and gunned down trying to advance to third is Mike Stefan. Not the best base running there from Mike Stefan, as there's now one away in the inning and there's nobody on base. But it doesn't matter too much, though. After the pickoff attempt, the Flames still lead 7-1 over the Spartans. And now Brian Hart just in a little bit of a different spot here, facing an 0-1 count, with now one away and the base is empty. Colin Matthews, a righty, waits on deck. And the 0-1 breaking ball chopped on the ground to second. Running in to field it on an easy hop is Rodriguez. And he flips over to first just in time to retire Hart. So there's now two away here in the top of the 8th inning. And Marcel, trying to avoid any more damage, could get out of this inning with just the 2 runs. And that brings up Colin Matthews, who so far is 1 for 2. A single to his name as well as a strikeout, along with a pair of walks and an RBI. Matthews stepping into the right-handed batter's box with 2 away. Infield returns to normal depth now. And Marcel, working from the windup, deals the first pitch. An off-speed, chopped foul down the third baseline. That one hitting possibly off the foot of Colin Matthews. He walks that one off real quick, taking a quick stroll down the third baseline. Seeming like that one did make contact with possibly his big toe on his front left foot. Taking a quick second to catch his bearings. The count's 0-1 here to Matthews. In the top of the 8th inning, Flames now out to his 7-run lead after Mike Stefan hit a 2-run double. But the bases are now empty after Stefan got picked off at second base. And an 0-1 count here to Colin Matthews, now with 2 away. And Marcel trying to get out of the inning. The 0-1 pitch. This one a breaking ball, catches the inside corner, so now 0-2 here to Matthews. And Marcel 1 strike away here from getting out of the inning. As A.J. DiFilippo, possibly the best hitter on the entire Flames roster as of late, is waiting on deck. 0-2 breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Not sure Matthews was in the mood to take any swings anyway after that foul ball off of his toe. So the Flames put up 2 more runs here in the top of the 8th, and heading into bottom 8, the Flames lead 7-1. Josh Loeffler at the top of the order, set to lead off for the bottom of the 8th against the Onondaga Flames. Chris Burnett now on the mound for the Onondaga Flames. It'll be a righty-righty matchup here as Burnett heads into this contest as one of the more stellar relievers for the Flames. A 2.40 ERA, 13 games total, 15 innings pitched. He's also a strikeout machine as the first pitch fastball misses inside, brushing Loeffler off the plate just a hair, and the count's 1-0. Burnett was part of the I Challenge Nico event that the Flames conducted about a week or two ago, as that one's ripped right back up the middle on the ground. A running grab by Gibbs in the hole. The fire to first is just in time ahead of the speedy Loeffler to set down the first batter of the inning for the Flames in the field. Stellar range shown there from Reed Gibbs, making one of his few starts over there at second base today, and that brings up Ray Zincone. At least he is due up, and Ray Zincone is still due up, and he'll come up to bat now. So far, 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a pop-out so far. And Burnett working out of the stretch as he always does. First pitch inside and high, and the count's 1-0 to start this at-bat as well. And Burnett in that I Challenge Nico event, he's got a killer fastball, just showed it there, as Zincone was barely able to get out of the way of that one inside. And the challenge was for Nico Timurian of NBC3 to try to hit Burnett's fastball. And Burnett deals the 1-0. This one a breaking ball, killer curve 12-6, and that one catches the lower third. Counts evened up at 1-1. And so Burnett challenged Nico to hit his fastball. Nico failed. He only made foul ball contact. He could not get a base hit. And then myself and another intern, Brandon McCullough, tried to do the exact same thing. And the 2-0 is fouled off the ground and off of Zincone in the batter's box. And the count moves to 1-2. Brandon and I both played high school baseball, so we had a little bit more success. We both hit a pair of ground balls. Mine about a hard one-hopper over to second base. Probably would have been an out. His is the exact same thing, except his was over down the third base line. And Burnett had a good bit of fun with it. He was probably flashing a fastball around 86, 87 around that time. He wasn't fully warmed up. And the 1-2 breaking ball here to Zincone is ripped down the left field line, but well foul as that one's sliced out of play. Count still 1-2 to Zincone with one away in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Spartans still trailing 7-1. This is one of the last chances here for the Spartans, as they only have 5 outs left to work with in this one. And the sun's starting to set in left center field, as Burnett working out of the stretch as he always does, one of many Flames to do that. The 1-2 breaking ball skied high to center field, running back on that one, Cherno. He parks under that one near the wall, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. He was about 20 feet in front of the wall there, and he just parked in front of it and made the catch. Now 2 away in the bottom of the 8th for the Syracuse Spartans, and that brings up John Masagno, who's 0 for 3 as well today, a pair of flyouts and a strikeout so far. Masagno, another right-handed hitter here for the Spartans against the righty Burnett. He had a good bit of fun with that challenge, and it shows how fast his fastball is. He can get clocked as high as 90. He's probably flashing somewhere near there today, as that breaking ball is a called strike on the outside corner, and Masagno's behind 0-1. And Burnett, a strikeout machine as well. No strikeouts today, but 19 in his 15 innings pitched. And he deals the 0-1. Another fastball, that one missing outside, and eventually couldn't glove it. And so the count evens up at 1-1 to Masagno. And Burnett was off to a stellar hot start when he got here to Onondaga. In his first 3 innings pitched, 7 of his 9 recorded outs were strikeouts. If that doesn't assert dominance, I don't know what does. He also didn't allow any hits or walks in that span. As the breaking ball 1-1 is cut on and missed, Masagno way out in front on the breaking ball. And the count now 1-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as only 4 outs left to go here for the Spartans in this one. They trail by 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th right now. 1-2 count, 2 away the pitch. Fastball misses just above the zone, and the count's now even at 2-2 to Masagno. Burnett trying to get out of the inning for the Flames, who have relied on a lot of bullpen pitchers today, with the starter Netzel only going 5 innings. And some more action in the bullpen now for the Onondaga Flames. And Burnett trying to retire the hitter here. The 2-2 breaking ball is ripped over into the shortstop gap, but caught with only a few steps to his right by Mike Ruggiero, and that retires the side. And the Spartans go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th, heading into the 9th. The Flames still lead 7-1. AJ DiFilippo set to lead off the top of the ninth for the Onondaga Flames, leading 7-1 over the Spartans. The first pitch breaking ball from David Marcel is a cold strike just on the top half of the plate, and he's behind 0-1. Marcel out there for his second inning of work in this ball game and the season after he arrived just a couple days ago from LaSalle College. And the 0-1 fastball cut on and missed on the outside corner, and now DiFilippo behind the count, 0-2. In the last 3 games, DiFilippo hasn't gone down without a fight in any single at-bat. The only time he didn't reach base was on a sac fly, and the only time he didn't get charged with an at-bat without a hit was on a reach on error earlier, and the 0-1 is fouled off again, and the count's 0-2. Stepping back into the batter's box from the left side, A.J. DiFilippo crowding the plate now. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt, and the count now 1-2. The sun's starting to set in left center field, but it's not going to set nearly fast enough to end this ball game prematurely. 1-2. Breaking ball ripped into right center, shallow, and that one's going to drop in front of Josh Loeffler for a base hit. So A.J. DiFilippo keeps his streak alive here. He's incredible so far now, 3 for 5 in this ball game. And now batting for the Flames is Corbin Paxton. And he is 1 for 3 in this ball game. A ground out, a strikeout, and a single so far. And Paxton, another left-handed hitter for the Flames, crowding the plate a little bit. DiFilippo with a short lead. That one ripped into right center field. That one going into the gap and right fielded by the right fielder, Michael Riddick. And so now 2 on with nobody out for the Flames in the top of the 9th inning. They could just be adding some more here, as now Reed Gibbs is due up, and he will step up to bat. And waiting on deck now for the Flames is Jake Zurat, who hasn't played for the Flames in quite some time. He'd been missing time with concussion symptoms. And if the inning continues beyond Reed Gibbs, which in all likelihood it will, he will get his first at-bat. Corner infield playing in here for the Spartans. Somewhat of double play depth here with nobody out and trailing by 6 runs. First pitch to Gibbs is a breaking ball called a strike on the outside corner. Gibbs behind in the count, 0-1. The first baseman, Brandon Shirley, is charging in as if it's a bunt situation, but it doesn't look like he'll do that this time around. And the 0-1 chopped on the ground to short, backhanded, actually buffed over at short by Zincone, so it's an E6 and everybody's safe. And the bases are loaded for the Flames in the top of the 9th. And Jake Zurat replaces Jonah Venci here in this ball game. And Jake Zurat has been struggling to get back to the field for quite some time. Suffered a concussion a few weeks ago. And now finally rid of symptoms. He's back in the lineup for the Flames. Coach Mike Cordero didn't expect that he'd be available until possibly the last 2 or 3 games of the playoffs. But he's here in the last week of the regular season, making a pinch hit appearance for the Flames, likely to catch the bottom of the 9th. And the first pitch to him is cut on and missed up in the zone for strike 1. He's behind in the count, 0-1. In the time before he got hurt, Zurat was hitting .192 in 15 games played. And that one skied foul to the right side, and so he's behind the count, 0-2. Zurat's also got 8 RBIs on the year. And the East Amherst, New York product out of Canisius College will finally get his chance here. In the limited playing time he did see early in the season, as the 0-2 misses below the zone, and the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zurat had only 52 at-bats, this number 53 for him. And the fastball misses above the zone yet again, so 2-2 now. He's got the bases loaded here with nobody out in the top of the 9th inning for the Flames. A chance to pound onto an already large 6-run lead. And the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, so now a full count to Zurat with the bases loaded. And with nobody out here, this could get really bad for Marcel on the mound. And he's working out of the stretch with the bases loaded behind him. Surratt gets set and waits for the 3-2 that misses above the zone on the breaking ball for ball 4. So Jake Surratt, in his first plate appearance in a long time for the Flames, gets an RBI on a bases loaded walk. And now it's an 8-1 Flames lead.
For the Flames, the shortstop, Mike Ruggiero.
And Mike Ruggiero now up for the Onondaga Flames. And a pinch runner will come in for Jake Surratt. He will not catch the bottom of the ninth, but stellar comeback here for him. As now coming into the ball game, number 25. We do not have a number 25 on the run. Nope, it's Riley Glenn. Riley Glenn has come into pinch run. And the first pitch to Ruggiero is a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Riley Glenn had told me the other day that he was trying to convince Cordero to let him pinch run, and he would not let him do it. But I guess now Cordero has finally given in as the 0-1 to Ruggiero is fouled back, and now the count's 0-2. And Riley Glenn's probably the happiest man in the world, as if he wasn't the happiest man in the world before Coach Cordero let him run the bases. So now on third base, it's Corbin Paxton. On second base, it's Reed Gibbs. On first base, it's Riley Glenn. 0-2 to Ruggiero, chopped over to shortstop. This could be 2. High hop for Zincone, flips over to second, and 1 out recorded, as it was a tough call for the field umpire, but he rules that the catch was made by Rodriguez at second, but he lost the ball on the transfer. There's an out here in the top of the ninth, but on the play, a run comes around to score for the Flames. It's now first and third, one away, and a 9-1 lead.
Now batting for the Flames, the center fielder, Jack Cherno.
And that brings the top of the order back up for the Flames and Jack Cherno. And now, finally, a chance here for the top of the order. Cherno, 1 for 5 today. He had a big double back in last inning. And the first pitch to him, a breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner. He's behind the count, 0-1. So it's now Ruggiero on first base, and on third base it's Reed Gibbs. Cherno up for his 6th at-bat, and the throw over to first gets away from the first baseman Shirley. Advancing home on the wild throw is Reed Gibbs, and advancing to second is Mike Ruggiero. It's now a 10-1 Flames lead, and this game has gone well out of hand. And now a runner on second base with a 10-1 lead here for the Flames. And Cherno behind the count, 0-1. Cherno, the 6th batter of this inning with only 1 away. Marcel still out there on the mound with no action in the Spartans bullpen. And the 0-1 pitch grounded over to the gap, and diving stop by Rodriguez is no good. That's through for a base hit. Coming around to score is Ruggiero. An RBI single here for Jack Cherno. His first RBI on the day, second base hit, and now the Flames lead 11-1. Everyone here's been anxious to go home, but they're going to have to wait a little bit longer, as now the Flames have another runner on base and now lead by 10. And it's Mike Stefan up to bat, a switch hitter batting lefty against the righty Marcel. First pitch to Stefan is a called strike at the knees, and the count's 0-1. Stefan, 1 plate appearance so far, came in to pinch hit for Netzel back in the 8th. Hit a 2-run double. And now Marcel, working out of the stretch, deals the 0-1. That one skied to left side in foul territory, slicing out of play. And now the count 0-2. And Mike Stefan trying to keep this inning alive for the Flames, though they already have plenty of cushion here with a 10-run lead, 11-1 in the top of the 9th inning. And working out of the stretch, Marcel, the 0-2. Breaking ball misses below the zone. That one a changeup that just had a little bit too much palm. So now the count's 1-2 here to Stefan, who is the 7th batter of this inning for the Flames, as Brian Hart, the third baseman, waits on deck. Working from the stretch, Marcel deals the 1-2. That one misses again in the dirt, and the count's evened up at 2-2 to Stefan. Earlier this inning, Jake Surratt was replaced on the base paths by Riley Glenn. And since Zarat and Avenchi, two of the three catchers, have come out of this ball game, Trace Peterson almost certain to catch the ninth. 2-2 to Stefan is a pitch that goes off the glove of Lombardi, goes to the backstop, and advancing from first to second is Jack Cherno. And so now a runner in scoring position as a result of the passed ball. Counts now full at 3-2 to Mike, as the inning could get even worse for Marcel out there on the mound. Still no action in the bullpen for the Spartans. They're trying to ride Marcel as long as they possibly can. Marcel gets set, looks back at second, the 3-2 payoff. Breaking ball misses high for ball 4. Not sure if the Flames are even trying too hard to keep this inning alive right now, but they keep getting on base, and now Stefan reaches first, and it's now 2 runners on with only 1 away, and the Spartans trailing 11-1. And maybe finally a mound visit here from the Spartans coaching staff. Not sure if Marcel's day is done. Don't know who they'd replace him with. If they replace him with anyone, it would likely be a position player. And during this mound meeting, probably just an evaluation of how this game is very reflective of the season so far for the Spartans. They started off strong, had a very early lead through the first couple of weeks, but then as of late, absolutely tanking, have lost 13 of their last 16 games. And now they're trailing well behind. Still fighting for a spot for third place and a playoff entry, as now Brian Hart set to bat with runners on first and second and 1 away, with the Flames nursing an 11-1 lead. First pitch to him, a fastball chopped over towards second base, fielded by Rodriguez. The throw over to first in time to get Hart. And so there's finally the second out here in the top of the ninth for the Spartans. But on the play, advancing to second and third, is Stefan and Cherno. So 2 in scoring position with 2 away here. And now that brings up Colin Matthews. The Flames have now batted around as Matthews is the 9th batter of the inning. Matthews so far, 1 for 3, a single, a pair of strikeouts, and a pair of walks. 1 RBI coming on a walk with the bases loaded. And the first pitch to him, a breaking ball called strike on the outside corner. And Matthews behind the count, 0-1. A chance here for Matthews, the right-handed hitter, to do something even further. And Marcel just trying to desperately end the inning as the 0-1's fouled off to the third base line. And the count's now 0-2. Marcel has Matthews behind the count, 0-2. Finally a chance for him to get out of this disastrous inning for the Spartans. 0-2. Fastball misses above the zone, about nose level for Colin Matthews. And the count's 1-2 here. Matthews staying alive. He's already walked twice today, and he's good at taking pitches. 1-2. Fastball skied high, shallow outfield. Running in on that one from deep center is Loeffler, and he makes the catch on the run to retire the side. A very long inning in the field for the Spartans as the Flames put on even more runs. They now lead 11-1 heading into the bottom of the ninth. Casey Kretsch coming in to pitch the bottom of the ninth for the Flames as they lead 11-1 over the Spartans, trying to close this ball game out. And Micah Riddick set to lead off for the Spartans. First pitch to him from Kretsch is a fastball that misses just a hair outside, and the count's 1-0 to start off the inning. Kretsch entering this ball game an ERA of 1.52 in 9 games, as that one skied foul to the right side, out of play. And the count now evened up at 1-1. The 1.52 ERA for Kretsch in 9 games, one of them a start. He's given up 8 runs on the year, only 3 of them earned. As the fastball misses below the zone, it's now 2 balls and a strike to Riddick. And Kretsch, in his last outing, he was waiting a long time for it to happen, as the 2-1 misses inside, and it's now a 3-1 count to Riddick. Kretsch was ready to pitch in an away game at Sherrill at Noyes Park. He was warming up, and he was going to come in the bottom half of the inning, and then it was rained out as the 2-2 is swung on and missed. It was actually a 3-1 pitch, and now the count moves to full at 3-2. And Kretsch had to wait because the bottom half of that inning, before it started, the game got rained out and the game was called. And the 3-2 pitch is skied high out of play to the right side, so count still full here on Riddick. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And Kretsch, he had to wait another couple days because he was planning on coming in relief. A couple days later, he had warmed up for 3 innings in the bullpen, and he never came in relief, because they rode the starter that day as long as they could, and the 3-2 pitch is inside for ball 4. So Riddick gets on base to start off the inning for the Spartans, but they're still down 11-1 here in the bottom of the ninth with no one away. And so Brandon Shirley due up now for the Syracuse Spartans, but it's actually going to be Joe Garrett coming up to bat. He is a pitcher. He has not played at bat at all this season. But he took batting practice with the team today, and the first pitch is a called strike. And the counts is 0-1. He also took it during the game today in anticipation of a situation like this. He's got an elbow guard and everything. And the 0-1. Fastball cut on and missed, and he's behind the count 0-2. Garrett comes in for Brandon Shirley. And Garrett is out of the College of St. Rose. He is a pitcher, very much so. He's pitched against the Flames. But they just need a healthy body, and he swings and misses for strike 3 on that one. And Kretsch gets his first strikeout of the ball game, and for him, that's number 13 on the year. And now 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth inning, only 2 outs left to work with for the Spartans. And Ramiel Rodriguez due up. He'll still bat here for the Spartans.
The second baseman, Ramiel.
Rodriguez so far 0 for 2, a strikeout, a flyout, and he drew a walk back in the second, coming around to score the only run of the ball game for the Spartans. And Kretsch, the first pitch, a breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner. That one, a straight 12-6 curve. And Rodriguez behind 0-1. Riddick leads off of first base with an out in the bottom of the ninth. And that one's ripped into left field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. That's only the 4th hit of the ball game for the Spartans. And now they have runners on first and second with 1 away. Nick Spinella coming up to the plate for the Syracuse Spartans. So far today, he is 0 for 2. He drew a walk back in the second inning. Otherwise, though, he struck out and lined out. And Spinella, the lefty, stepping up to the batter's box with runners on first and second, 1 away. Flames infield in double play depth. And Kretsch trying to set this game down for the Flames. This is not a safe situation. It is a lead well over 3 runs. And the first pitch fastball misses inside, count 1-0. Kretsch from the stretch, both runners taking leads behind him. And the 1-0. Chopped on the ground down the first base line, but out of play. And so the count's now 1-1. Due on deck is Tim Lombardi. Nobody is in the on-deck circle now. Actually, now Lombardi stepping into the on-deck circle, so he is up next for the Spartans. And the 1-1's cut on and missed. A stellar breaking ball again from Kretsch gets Spinella out in front, and he's behind the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on, an 11-1 lead here for the Flames. Kretsch trying to set down the second out of the inning. The pitch. Fastball misses low and inside in the dirt. Trace Peterson, the catcher, coming in to backhand that. Off of second base, it's Micah Reddick. Off of first base, it's Ramiel Rodriguez. 2-2. Breaking ball just misses inside. A very close call there on that one. And the count's now full at 3-2. Tim Lombardi, a right-handed hitter, waits on deck. 3-2 count, 1 away, 2 on for the Spartans in the bottom of the ninth. And Kretsch deals the 3-2. Fastball up and away for ball 4. Bases are now loaded. It gets away from Peterson behind the plate, but there's no attempt to steal home as it's a gutsy call down by 10 runs here. So the Flames still lead 11-1. There's 1-0 out, and now the bases are loaded. And that brings up Tim Lombardi, who's walked twice and struck out so far today, a total of 0 for 1.
Now batting for the Spartans, Tim Lombardi.
And Lombardi, a chance to do something big here for the Spartans to possibly cut down the lead in this ball game. A long way to go if they want to be back in this ball game in essence. First pitch to Lombardi, a fastball called strike bound the knees, and the count's 0-1. Infield still in double play depth here for the Flames. A ground ball could end it. So far for the Spartans, 1 run on 4 hits as Kretsch quickly steps off. Only 2 of those hits, though, came against the starter Mike Netzel, who had a stellar outing today, striking out 10 through 5 innings of work. Lombardi awaits the 0-1 pitch. Fastball lined out to the right side, but foul over near the adjacent softball field. So the count now 0-2 to Lombardi. As waiting on deck is someone who cannot be determined. It looks like David Redfield, who came in to play third last inning. 0-2. Breaking ball just misses below the knees, and the count now 1-2 to Lombardi. And I can confirm now it is David Redfield warming up in the on-deck circle. He will come up to hit next should the game, as it likely will, last beyond Tim Lombardi. The only exception would be a double play, which would end the ball game. Kretsch from the stretch, bases loaded behind him, 1 away, the 1-2. Fastball ripped out to right field, taking a step back is Colin Matthews. He runs in and makes the catch, tagging up from third. There's actually no tag attempt. He thought about it, but holding up at third base is Micah Reddick, and on the fly out, bases are still loaded, and now there's 2 away. The Spartans down to their final out, and David Redfield, a pitcher, coming up to hit for the Syracuse Spartans. They are very much down in numbers. I've mentioned this a few times. Anthony Kane, another pitcher done for the year. Isaiah Osby, same deal. They have also lost Lou Michelli, their best hitter for the season, and Andrew Bredone, one of their best hitters, is also day-to-day, likely to be out for another couple days. And the first pitch here to Redfield is a breaking ball called strike, and he's behind the count 0-1. Kretsch has the bases loaded behind him, but a chance to get out of this inning and preserve a scoreless inning and an 11-1 lead for the Flames. 0-1 fastball, cut on and missed. That one in the dirt, but Peterson keeps it in front of him, and Redfield chases at it. So now the Spartans down to their final strike on an 0-2 count to Redfield. Redfield steps back into the right-handed batter's box, and working from the windup now is Casey Kretsch, the 0-2. Breaking ball called strike 3, and that ends the ball game. The Flames win this one 11-1 in an absolute blowout again against the Syracuse Spartans team. The Flames have now won 6 in a row, and they're just getting more ground on the lead here in first place in the Eastern Division. And now tomorrow the Flames are home against the Cortland Crush, and only 4 or 5 games left in the entire season. There's a home game on Thursday against the Crush. On Friday, a doubleheader on the road at Sherrill, a doubleheader on the road at Rome. On Saturday, one of those a makeup game from the rained-out Cooperstown game back on Tuesday. And on Sunday, the final game at Beaudry Park against the Cortland Crush. From Blake Fitness Field, the final score here is 11-1 Flames. Thank you for joining me. I'm Brandon Ross. Thank you so much for listening.